What's going on, everybody? I am CaptainRoBear, and this is Neon Regimes 2 Synthetic Screams #1.
Oh, just let it roll, man. That music right there is enough right there. Oh, baby, let's go.
Oh, I almost did it flawlessly. So close. The Go LXR still made an appearance.
Damn it. It was so close.
It just keeps creeping with its way in, man. Whether I got a battle map or not.
Hey, you know what? It's just looking for its time to shine. That's all it wants. It just wants those credits. Give them points. Give them points.
Oh, God. Thank you guys for being mega patient with us while, I remember just how much of a pain in the ass it is launching a new show overlay.
Nah, I mean, it's just you move this here, you move that there, a couple of name changes, and I mean, it's done, right? That's it?
Set it and forget it, Ron Popeil.
Right. Exactly.
It makes those episode, 52s in a different campaign look like, damn, they got their shit figured out until you do a new show.
And it all resets.
Oh man, thank you guys. Radio was wonderful. He was here early. It was all on me. The last 45 minutes has been me getting my head out of my ass. But hey, we're here, baby. We're here.
It happens. Hey, you know what? First episode's always the roughest. From here, it all just smooth sailing.
Oh, so yeah, this is kind of a little bit last announcement because there's really no good time to launch. You just have to do it. And no matter how rough it is, and do I got a lot of polishing to do for this campaign. It's like leaving your favorite pickle loaf sandwich out about a year ago. About a year and 3 months, you set it down and you leave it there, and you try to come back and you fix that pickle loaf sandwich up again. Yeah.
Are you saying it sounds better in concept than it does in execution?
It's a moldy shit sandwich, my dude. There's a lot of things you change in your workflow from a year and a half ago. That you look by and you go, man, that's really bad. That's a horrible idea there, Rob.
Maybe that's not what I wanted to do, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and fix that. But we're here and we're happy to be here, guys.
So stoked to finally be a part of this campaign.
So for you guys that don't know, radio was originally supposed to be in the original Neon Regimes, and much like young broadcasters like we thought that we could pull off just streaming every day whenever we wanted to, and we would have zero repercussions with anyone else. Yeah, I was distinctively remember getting the message going, bro, man, this ain't gonna work.
Dude, here's how it was. I still remember where I was when I made that phone call. On the side of my house by my truck going, oh dude, I'm sorry. I had to blow up with the missus. This ain't gonna fly, dude. Like,
this ain't gonna fly.
This ain't gonna fly, man. But here we are. Neon Regimes 2.
This is the original character that radio had dreamt up for that campaign.
Okay, I can't believe it's been that long ago. Insane. So ready to let this guy loose on the world.
as am I. Just a couple kind of maintenance announcements for everybody. I didn't know what I was going to do tonight with stream loots, whether I was going to leave them active or whether I was going to close them down. I think it's in my best interest, as I've let chat know, that we're going to go ahead and close it down. I'm going to create a independent Neon Regimes catalog so I can be very, very specific and not have to be like, oh, well, this card really doesn't apply to this, because we're still playing a D20 system, but it is different. it is different than regular D&D. So I think it'll be best if I give it its own little nook and cranny. And since this is going to be more of a find out where are we at in the world session, this is a good time anyway to go ahead and just have that paused and pick it up next week with those stream lead cards. But thank you guys I got a million questions on it and I wasn't able to answer them most of the time during the day because I didn't know what I was going to do till about an hour ago. So appreciate you guys being patient. Yeah, there will be the one of the first games ever where we won't see a Randy's wooden pickle card. One of them was played earlier. If you really want to know. So there's going to be other guests that are going to come on the show, but I can let you know that like content creators are super busy right now. Like there's a lot of things that are dropping and it's a busy time for all of us because while the rest of the world is shut down, we're all in the hyperdrive. So there will be more people adding the show, but this will also be a show like Tormund's Quest where we have room, and it's one where we have this massively cool universe where we can tap into people in pockets in apartments in different cities all over the place. So I think that's really cool. It'll give us opportunities kind of like what Tormund's Quest has. No, Chad and the Possum will not be making an appearance. There will actually be no connection between those. Think of it like multiverse. This will not be in the same world as Neon Regimes 1 at all. So those will all be kept back in Neon Regimes 1. We're actually putting the setting of this campaign in Night City to start with. The location of Cyberpunk Red, which is the current tabletop version, and the upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077 that's going to be coming out. So we're technically putting this bad boy at 2045. So we're Cyberpunk 2045, the setting of Red right now. So we're a handful of years before the actual video game kicks off. So I'm actually blending pieces of the system from the official Cyberpunk tabletop game and D&D. I'm actually making a hodgepodge. So there's probably going to be a lot of people like, oh, hey, how are you doing this with a D20? That's because I'm playing D20, a D20 system inside theirs. So it's something that makes it easier for us to storytell, that I believe, and for the audience to connect with, and not so much a sci-fi gun simulator. It is not the most important thing about our story is not determining the difference between different calibers of rifles so much as it is the implications of living inside of a city and these kind of scenarios and situations, which, much like the pandemic that we're in right now, unfolds incredible stories of both despair and heroism. So I'm really excited. We've wanted to be getting this setting for so long. We've talked about it forever, and now we finally put rubber to the road where I think we can actually keep up a weekly campaign. So I'm very, very, very excited to be here, and so overdue. Radio, do you have any lovely announcements?
No, actually, I'm dying to get into this storytelling. So, I mean, I'm going to forego any announcements. If I have any, you'll find it tomorrow.
Is there anything inside of Destiny that you want to announce for this week?
Yeah, I mean, the wonderful bounty simulator is back. It's called Guardian Games. I'm doing a significant amount of grinding off stream right now. There may be a few nights, Saturday night, that I choose to pop online and do some Guardian games with the community if you're interested. But I mean, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, as you know. I'm not going to spoil anybody's fun, but there are things out there about things that are coming with Destiny, and I'm just hoping that better days are ahead.
Righteous. All right. Over here on my side, everybody that's on Patreon, all you lovely patrons are gonna get a really cool update in artwork out this week. I'm very excited to share with that as well. Subscribers on Mixer, you will be getting that update inside the Discord as well. We are also very aware that the Discord bot is currently broken. They are working on it. If you guys haven't linked your Mixer account to Discord so you can get in to the early access where I post VODs before they go live on YouTube, they are working on that connection again. So if you're not connected now, it is one of Mixer's priorities to get that bot up and working again. So sorry if you guys haven't been able to access that or connect that bot. They are working on it. For everybody else, that little teaser will be tucked away inside that folder, which I will add within here. And the lovely Patreons will get a piece of that, but I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Also, if you guys have not gone and subscribed to the YouTube, I don't know what you're doing with your lives, because that's where all this content hangs out past the reruns over here. So if you guys haven't, this is my call to action. Please go and give us a free subscribe over there and ring that bell for us like you're at Long John Silver's and you just had a happy plate. It would be much appreciated. And if you do spend a little bit of your time on YouTube, hang out with us in the comment section. That helps drive our discoverability so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for everyone who's taken the little bits and pieces out of their time and day to help us out, get more discovered, and share us with a friend. You guys are fantastic. Thank you. Other than that, man, just big thanks to Roll20 for being there for us with the virtual tabletop, letting us listen to all this awesome music together live at the same time in D&D Beyond, because we can't quit you. It's true. We can't stop making characters inside your system. Thank you for the insider access. You guys are the real MVPs. By the end of the 1980s, it was evident that the nation was in trouble. Most social norms had dissolved under an all-engulfing wave of competing special interest groups, media-fueled fads, and an overall me-first world. By 1994, the number of homeless on the streets had skyrocketed to 21 million. The technical revolution had further torn the economy apart, creating two radically divergent classes: a wealthy, technically orientated, materially acquisitive group of corporate professionals, and a poor class of economically unstable, unskilled, blue-collar workers. The middle class, nearly eradicated. It was this dismal beginning that led to the American landscape of the 2000s. Large cities, business areas were clean, neat, well lit, showcases free of crime and poverty, controlled by powerful corporations. Ringing the central areas were combat zones, decrepit, squalid suburbs, burned out ghettos teeming with booster gangs and other violent sociopaths. The outer suburbs were also corporate controlled zones, safe, well-guarded tracts where the executives raised their families in relative security. Throughout the Midwestern states, many small towns were abandoned. Local farms, businesses, banks collapsed in the wake of drought, famine, and economic chaos. The farms were all brought up by mega agrocorps, maintained with hired workers and machine labor and well-equipped guards. The open freeways became battlegrounds as armed packs of booster gangs traveled from city to city, looting and pillaging like mechanized Visigoths. It wasn't all bad though. In the crammed megacities that replaced many small towns and suburbs that died in the collapse, a feverish explosion of technological wonders, headlong capitalism created a glitzy superpower world dominated by the mega corporations. They raised armies. They fought for international domination, and they shaped everything around them. While the glittering towers of the ultra-rich seized an ever-growing population of destitute, starving people, scrambling just to survive, the only leveler in this world was technology. As the masses trapped on the street used cyberware, weapons, and raw cunning to beat their implacable corporate foes. Whether they were called edge runners, cyberpunks, or just plain rebels, they were the ones who stood up against the power of the mega corporations and fought to win against all odds. This is the setting our new adventure dwells in. Not too far from one of these destitute combat zones lies a 3-story apartment building. It ain't first class, but it ain't white trash. Held up literally by the fabric of hope that its own tenants have, all living on the edge of the brink of chaos, gathered together in one building, maintaining their lives on the fringe of society. We pick up inside of an apartment building on the 3rd floor. Radio, describe to me where you're sitting inside your room.
Currently sitting on my bed, just looking out across the city, watching and observing everything going on down the street, 3 floors below, watching aircraft fly through the air. Peaceful, just sitting there staring. Just absorbing everything going on.
Describe yourself. What do you look like?
Silver hair, opaque, almost pearlescent skin. Eyes are a cool lavender. Slender, 180 pounds on a 6'6" frame. Collar up, leather trench coat. Crimson silk shirt, unbuttoned till about right here. Leather pants, heavy boots, look like they could be some sort of biking boots, buckles, heavy rubber, and gloves that almost look like they're riding gloves, but they go a little higher than that. They've got a kind of cut to them across the wrist. Room is nice, tidy, neat, almost like someone who's too meticulous. who takes pleasure in putting everything in its exact place. Nothing out of order, nothing messy. Everything a little too pristine for even the area that he's in right now.
Roll a perception check.
$12.
As you sit in this zen-like moment in your apartment, you can hear the faint sounds of animals below you. Distinctively, the rhythmic calls of a cockatoo. Your mind wanders as many times as you've heard it. Is it real? Or is it just another piece of bioengineered tech? You hear the sound of a dog. Makes you think the same thing. And then it draws to your mind, why do you care in the first place? Does it really matter? Well, maybe. Because if they were real, that'd be one hell of a payday sitting in that apartment down below. But you're able to shake it off quick as you think about who owns that apartment. Or at least who leases that apartment from you. These are the things that run through your mind now that this building is yours. It hasn't always been that way. Even though you have a background in security, nothing really prepares you to be this kind of a landlord. Especially not in these times. You can hear another sound of running water, heavy footsteps. Roll another perception check.
$18.
Do you have any of your windows open?
No.
Or heavy footsteps to the apartment next door. You can hear the same door slams at about the same time. 5:05. Every day like clockwork. And you can hear up against the wall. Dunk, dunk, dunk. I'm assuming you're still sitting inside the kitchen?
No, I'm gonna get up from the bed, walk out of the bedroom.
Okay, you're in the bedroom.
Kind of make my way around to where I'm hearing the thumping coming from.
Thumping's familiar. Once you walk out and you can hear it again, distinctively coming from your bathroom.
Walk over to the wall, put my hands on it, listen, and just give it a little. Hey, Cecil, man, is that you?
Who The fuck else would it be, man? Yeah, it's me.
See the latest vid that just rolled out?
I haven't yet. Can't get off this fucking TikTok. God, I don't even know why I downloaded this shit.
You want me to send it directly to your PD?
Yeah, send it over.
Woz flips his hand in the air. It almost looks like he crosses it through the wall.
Through these thin paper walls of apartment floor 3 are 2 connected bathrooms. One for our friend Woz, and the next to his forced friendship with Cecil. Flips open his phone. What do I see?
Literally, it's just a video of one of the latest pop stars taking a nosedive off the stage during the middle of a concert.
How do you know these things when I distinctively need to see someone suffer? Was you're a fucking national treasure.
That's why we're friends, Cecil. It's just keeping you satisfied. Another happy tenant.
I'd fucking hug you, man, if you weren't my fucking landlord.
Well, yeah. It's not like there's a pandemic right now. I mean, next time you see me in the hall, feel free to go ahead. Just wash your hands.
I don't want to be anywhere near that silk shirt of yours. Okay?
Just looks down.
Let me guess. Is it in the process of lighting a cigarette? You can hear the lighter click a couple of times. Is it fucking cheetah day, or what day on the safari is it? Was
it's red, Cecil. It's always red.
How bright is the red?
It's like a crimson.
It's literally Night at the Roxbury. Just, do you wear it tucked or untucked?
Untucked.
You can just hear audible sigh. Good news.
You're gonna pay your rent on time?
No, wise guy.
I had to take a shot.
But after the poker game on the roof tonight, I just might.
I didn't authorize a poker game on the roof tonight. Who's putting this game together?
Oh, fucking relax. It's not for real fucking credits, okay? Wagers in airport bottles, buddy. It's the same one that's been going on top of the roof for fucking weeks now.
Okay.
It's just Grant's game. It's no big deal.
So
Well-
how do you plan on winning big tonight, making sure that things happen for you?
Well, it's just a fucking joke, man. It's you know, for somebody who sits back and watches internet movies all day, sometimes I think you could pick a little bit more up, man.
Just it's getting used to this new role. I mean, I'm not used to having to manage shit. I'm used to bouncing fucking punks out on their ass, grabbing code hackers who try to get into the system. This is just it's just fucking weird, man.
Living a life of luxury, my friend. You can sit back and collect while the rest of us deal with God knows what else in the combat zone.
How was the last time you went?
Well, I'm smoking a cigarette, taking a shit, talking to you. So how well do you think it went?
You're alive.
Barely. Barely.
What were you running this time?
No, don't want to fucking know. Got hot though. Got real hot.
You need me to find someone to help you with the car again this time? I mean, last time you came back and you were talking this shit, it was kind of fucked up.
Not yet, man. I appreciate the opportunity though.
Hey, I live to serve.
I flipped my phone out. I send you the first, just nudie pic that I can find on my phone that I've gotten in like the last week from work. And it's like half bioengineered. It's not great, it's not great by any means, but it's definitely what a shitty coworker would send to you in any labor intensive job somewhere around lunchtime. Have you ever been on one of those?
It's called radio. I see that every day.
And I just send it over. The last thing you hear is a chuckle and the flush to the toilet. All right, I'll be a shut-in, man. I'll be up on the roof.
Was gets the message and it comes up on his communicator and he taps it and you just see his eyes start to glisten with this disgusting picture that you can only see reflected off his retinas, and he just closes his eyes and closes it out as fast as he can. I don't understand you at all, Cecil.
Don't worry, nobody fucking does. You can hear the door slam shut.
Boss is gonna check his watch to see what time it is. How long do I have before that poker game?
They're playing all night. You literally have the entire evening.
Perfect. Watch face reads out what time it is and strolls out of the bathroom, goes over to his wet bar. Once again, every bottle meticulously placed, glasses all hung around it. Looks like some swanky 1980s bar with mirrors. but every bottle only has about that much liquor in it. Reaches down into the cabinet below, pulls out a fresh bottle, tucks it in his duster, and says to himself, the roof, poker. Got it. Kind of contemplates, looks across the city one more time, assessing the data, seeing what's going on.
Roll a perception check.
$16.
16. As you look at the traffic outside, heavy, still full of plenty of after work traffic, you do notice one hovering car. It's just way too damn nice for the neighborhood. Sleek, black. Looks government or looks merc. Pulled over in front of the building across the street. Two clearly security officers, black shades, suit, tie, starched white collar shirt. You can see in the front and driver's side. Can't really make out what's in the back. Tint's too strong.
Gonna take a mental picture of that. Go back over to the wall in the bathroom and... Hey, Cecil, are you still there?
No response.
Leave the bathroom. Head down the hall towards the front door. Open up the door. Go to the room to the right. Hey, Cecil. Cecil.
No response.
Fuck. He's already gone to the roof. Make my way up to the roof from there.
As you make your way up the stairwell, back up to the crawl space, we can make it up on top of the roof. You're hit with a wave of, I'm not gonna say fresh air, but I'm gonna say fresher. It's not a smog covered sky where you're at. You're thankful to be where you're at. It could be a hell of a lot worse. As that wind whips past through your hair, you can see the cobbled together assortment of plastic, wicker, and collected wrought iron furniture that's made its way up to the top of this roof over the years. As you look across the table, you can see your buddy Cecil, mismatched, strewn together, high and tight brunette hair, 5 o'clock shadow that never seems to go away. Not quite Steve Buscemi eyes, but damn close to RadioMang tired eyes. Menthol cigarette halfway popped out of his mouth, recessed filter just like his father used to smoke. Oddly enough, he's wearing a fishing vest. It's his lucky vest. Instead of lures, just airport bottles. All the way down. Some ratty, half-cut sweatpants into a pair of Crocs. You know, he's way too fond of as well. Man always looks like he's at least a meal or two short. But nothing new there. Looks like Cecil's gonna drink his supper one more day. You see across the table, almost like a complete juxtaposition, one of your tenants, Grant. Grant's a solo. Old Merc. No fishing vest on him. That flak jacket's for real. Shades as dark as the tent on the back of that government vehicle that you think you saw across the street. Back of your mind. It's nice having somebody like Grant around. He helps and works for the local fixer, Rex. One of the guys that keeps the neighborhood safe for a price. But it's a hell of a lot better than being lawless. Grant's one of those old souls. As you look over him, his dark, sun-kissed skin, dreads tied back into what almost spreads out like a palm leaf. Sitting next to Grant makes Grant look like the real weasel that he is. It's like a paper boy sitting next to a man. Massive biceps. Juxtaposition to the tiny set of cards that he tosses back and forth. Look across the table. You can see Gina. Short, petite brunette. Kind soul. Loves her yoga. Loves that damn bird that squawks underneath your apartment. Sometimes you wonder if she's synthetic or not. Way she can put up with all the noise that it makes. But you're happy. She pays her rent on time. There's always been a lingering thought in the back of your head. There's no way a woman like that would live in a place like this if they didn't have a past. Between the three of them at the table, you look over and you see another man with his hands on his hips, still wearing scrubs. A little bit of blood splatter over the back as well. Well used. You can see the male pattern baldness of silver hair go down to the back of his neck. Long, thick, curled mustache. Pipe in one hand. There's Dr. George. One of the true signs of the time. Dr. George Carver. 67 years old, still practicing. One of your more timely tenants. Somebody that's worked in or near the combat zone their entire life. It's always been inside of emergency room service. Leases that apartment just because it's closer. Just tries to get a little bit of sleep in between the constant 16, 20-hour shifts that he pulls. As you look about this ragtag group, you can think, it's never really been about the poker game in the first place up here. Everybody's just trying to relax. As you glance up, Cecil catches your eye. Hey, come on over, rock star. All right, everybody put away all the narcotics. Landlord's here.
Well, I would prefer if the narcotics were not around. I do have libation for your game this evening as he pulls the bottle out of his trench coat. Anyone interested in a little distilled vodka?
Grant looks over at you. You would be the only person to not bring airport bottles. He just slaps a hand on your shoulder.
Grant, I had intended on playing. I was just here to make sure you all were having a good time.
Don't worry, you all in now. Shoves his bottle into the main. You all in now.
Are you sure there's room for me at the table?
Just one beat up white plastic piece of furniture there. In between Grant and Gina. Gina just taps the seat enthusiastically.
Scoot over to the chair and flip the trench coat down underneath as I pull the white chair beneath me. Scoot up to the table. Well, thank you for having me as a part of your game. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Just the sheer formality makes everybody just crack a grin immediately when you sit down.
So what does my full bottle stake me, Grant?
As I see it, that's just friendship tax to you, brother. That'll get you a seat just in spectating. Wouldn't want to cross any lines here, boss, would we?
Very well. Proceed. I would be happy to sit here.
He gives you a shove on the shoulder. He goes, of course, to get you in the game, boss. Slides out and he pours a shot from that bottle to everybody at the table. It's the first piece of booze that goes around. 100%.
If Miss Gina could have the first shot, please.
Looks over at you. Thank you, Waz.
Good Dr. George, would you like a shot of this as well? Certainly you can't be on call.
Waz, goddammit, I'm always on call. But I'm fine. Just gonna enjoy this pipe. I still gotta go back down. Thank you, though.
Very well. Shots for everyone. Continue to pour.
And you can see Gina, she rips hers as quick as she can. Down. Grant next. Cecil, you can tell, picks up a little bit of shake still on him.
I'm just gonna politely pass mine over to Gina.
Looks over, she goes, it's fine, honey. I'm good. Just need one.
Oh, very well then. As I take my shot back, I'm going to look at Cecil like I need to talk to him. And as I set the glass down, I'm going to send a digital spike his direction under the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that because my perception is low.
So what I'm doing is I'm basically invading your mind with a little spell that I know. And what it is, it's telepathic speech. It's a digital signal that travels from me to you and is interpreted to your brain. It sounds a little distorted, but you're still going to make out what I'm trying to tell you.
Cecil, I saw a very ominous-looking car parked across from the apartment. Government, 2 security guards. Rather menacing. You didn't happen to bring anything back with you from your adventures, did you?
Does this spell allow me to send anything back, or do I have to physically?
Oh yeah, you and I can talk back and forth for let's see, I rolled a 1 on that. We can talk back and forth for the next hour.
Fuck. Shit. I don't think I brought anything back with me, man. We were very, very thorough, was more thorough than I like to be.
I understand. It looks government or merc, and either or, not good for our current situation. Now, it could be something on the first floor. I just had to check.
Fine. After this hand, get up, take my happy ass over, and I'm gonna look for a minute, okay?
Will do.
Real cool about it, man. Oh, man. I think that red lentil soup is getting to me, boys. Oh. Gonna get over here and get some fresh air so I don't rip another one in front of Gina. Oh, get that shit away from me, man.
That would be best.
Gina just shakes her head, puts a hand in her palm. I'm gonna roll a stealth check. Let's just ease up past Dr. George. About as stealthy as Gilligan. So I slink my happy ass up to the edge. Peel over. I'll roll an investigation check since I know I'm looking for a couple of Militech guys. 15. I can see him sitting there. Suits, ties, shades. And I got just enough angle where I can look. I can see there's a third. Totally see that there's surveillance on the building. Looks like he's got some sort of clipboard in front of him. Just rolling a history check. That's a 2. I kind of slink back and finish my cigarette. Take in a little bit of George's pipe tobacco. Do I still have time where I can send anything back in your head?
Oh, dude, we have an hour.
Okay, you said, yeah, I have an hour.
We can talk at the ledge if you want.
It's definitely too militech, man. There's a third in there, though. There's a corporate guy in the back. He's got surveillance. I don't know what he's doing, but he's watching something. I don't think this is about me, man. I don't think this is about me.
Fair enough. Could be something to do with one of the businesses on the first floor. To this game, I will proceed downstairs and see if I can figure that out.
Hey, man. Maybe you haven't paid your mortgage on time. You ever think about that? Maybe it's not always us, right?
Cecil, if you pay your rent more on time, I would have to worry about less paying the bank. That being said, we are all paid up as far as I know. Now, please, find yourself back at the table so we can continue this game, and I can leave.
Shakes his head. Makes his way back to the table. So what did you do today in your infinite leisure while all of us were at work?
Oh, let's see. There was an outage on the second floor that I took care of with the power company. There was also some plumbing that had to be done on the third floor. First floor had an intrusion last night that had to be taken care of. Nothing big, nothing serious, just relative minor hackers that were trying to break in. Some ministerial things that had to be done with someone who's not sitting around the table currently, and a lot of it was just a bunch of paperwork.
Brant looks back over at Cecil. You're right, man. It's the first time I don't want his job. It's true. I would put a bullet in my head if I had to do what you do, boss.
It's not as bad as it seems. It's quite invigorating, especially when you look at the pattern over time. There's certain things that can be predicted, certain times where we'll end up dealing with more things. It's the more physical traits that we have to worry about in your counting with issues. It's things that can't be predicted, aberrations in what happens.
Man, what did you do before all of this?
No, I was the one who kept people out of your back pocket from invading this very apartment building we live in currently.
You a funny guy, Waz. You a funny guy.
Well, you should see me sing at karaoke.
That's right. The only thing I want to do is see you. 'Cause I sure as hell don't want to hear you.
Well then, oh, it looks like I have to fold. So I'll leave you, lady and gentlemen, to your game and proceed to make my rounds about the building.
You do you, Oz. You do you. It takes a matter of minutes before the music gets cranked back up after they see your first hand disappear down that chute.
Nice.
Oz, if we're gonna get into some shit tonight, this is gonna be real bad, man. Oh, it's hitting right, man.
Just please, win the bottle of vodka. If there's anything you do tonight, and if there's something that goes down, make sure you're paying attention and you're not asleep.
Only thing I can guarantee you is the sleep part, man. There ain't gonna be no sleep tonight.
Very well.
So, as you descend down from upstairs, where exactly are you heading first?
I am going to go down to the first floor and assess the businesses that are open down there.
Mm-hmm.
And as you ready that, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Glad you guys are enjoying the music, man. It's one of the major reasons why we love the setting. Lot of characters to get settled into at first. We gotta paint the picture. We gotta lay down the canvas. Appreciate you guys joining us, though. It's been a bit of role reversals, man. Radio's kind of got a stiffer character. I definitely have somebody way different than what I normally play. Yeah, I'm excited for all of these characters to manifest themselves. Oh yeah, there'll be tons of people joining us. 100%.
Much better now that my back teeth are floating.
Gotcha. Well, I'll go refill my beverage since we're gonna use this as break time.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, when I created this character, he was originally a response. He was a polar opposite to what I had already been doing in Game of Saving Throws with Hister, who was very much just loud, boisterous, drunkard. I wanted to do something that was a little more conserved, somewhere between kind of Poe from Altered Carbon and Nick Cage from Gone in 60 Seconds. True that. I disappear, and that's the mystery. Hey, occasionally you gotta go when you do what you gotta do. I could go for some coffee right now. Did I wash my hands? Absolutely. I washed my hands and used hand sanitizer. Why the double? I don't know. It's become just a part of regular walking around at this point. There's one thing I don't have a problem with, except for my hands hurt. Like at the end of the day, I've got to put moisturizer on because I use so much freaking soap. Glad we could bring Neon Regimes back. This was always such a cool campaign, but Sundays during the day is such a hard time, such a difficult position to get into, especially when, you know, Night City's kind of a dark place and kind of dark things are going on. The drying and cracking is vicious. I'm just sad because I'm running out of my favorite lotion.
It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
No, I got some stuff from TJ Maxx years ago. It's not Utter Butter or something else. In fact, I've worn the label off of it, but it smells like Cocoa Puffs and it is the best hand lotion ever. Am I going to be like Darkwing Duck? To a certain degree? Yeah, possibly. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Adam Jensen. Dude. God, I love that series. This almost makes me want to replay that entire series. God, I forgot about that character. Maybe there is a little him in that. Definitely not as smooth. Definitely a little stiffer than that. He was like a combination Deckard meets, I don't know. There's someone else in there.
All right. So you're slinking off downstairs to go check out the businesses down below.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you make your way down, there's like a kind of like a C-store that encompasses about 40. No, actually, no, it's about more than that. It's about 60% of the building down below. Very CVS, Walgreens like. Just has a neon sign on the out front of literally that tobacco stained yellow sunset color bottle just tipping over and the pills spilling out. As it spills out, there's actually a pill that stands up with stick legs and hands with a big smile on its face. The back of your mind, they always show you the one that makes you happy. They never show you the one that makes you sad.
Of course, there's always the pill that makes you larger and the one that makes you smaller.
You walk in through the side entrance. Busy as it always is on a Wednesday after work. Roll a perception check.
$26.
26. You scan the aisles up and down looking to see if there's anything in particular different. Anything that stands out. Is there anything in your repertoire that you would like to use to get a greater perception than just your eyes? Just as a suggestion past your own, you do have overarching access to the network within inside this building.
Perfect. Looking around, not seeing anything in particular in the aisleways.
Just one guy with his ass crack out.
I'm gonna
with
go
about
over
6 things of Ben and Jerry's.
I'm gonna go over to the wall where you can clearly see it's a cable tray. I'm going to tap my hand on it, and when I do, the glove that's on that hand disappears, and you actually see my hand. And where the opaque pearlescent skin goes down to my fingertips, they're not really there. They're almost phantom-esque, green. Bits of code look like they run down each one of them. As I touch the wire, I'm going to access the entire security camera system for the building. My eyes go with that very similar smoky green as I plow through the data and everything else that's going through all the cameras right now in front of me.
You're not going to get the entire building, but you can get the closed circuit. Now you can tap into yours over the apartments in the residential at any time. That's at will. This, they don't know that you have as ease of access. You're able to pass over the first layer. No password required. I need you to roll with those hacking tools. It's a DC 12.
See, where are my hacking tools?
To access their CCTV. Your hacking tools will just be your proficiency right now. So it's a D20 plus your proficiency bonus.
Got it. 21.
21. You're going to be able to tap in no time. All right. Are you looking at past or present?
I'm looking at present.
What are you looking for?
Something that's not the vagrant with his ass crack poking out, something that looks a little more. I'm looking for something that's not of where we are right now, something that mimics more of the Merc car outside. It needs to be higher grade. It's government or Merc grade tech.
Roll an investigation check.
That's an 11.
As you scan and take control of the cameras, still staying with their subtle movements, not making anything look out of place. As the electrons in your brain begin to fire off and fill it with images 360 degrees all around you as you scan. It's like floating like an orb in the air. As you hop looking from customer to customer. It's all folks after work. Handful of loose neckties. But that's as close to formal as you're gonna get. No Militech, no Mercs. Certainly no corporate raiders.
Not seeing any of that in the present, can I flip back through the past? See if there's anything in the last 2 hours?
Last 2 hours. The DC is a 14.
Investigation or another hack?
Another hack.
Right. $13.
You only get about halfway through before the tape cuts off. Roughly the last hour inside of this C-store. Give me another investigation check.
Gonna be 16.
16. As you scour aisle to aisle, looking facial recognition. You home in on one gentleman with a crew cut. No jacket though. Doesn't look Militech. But see, he's the only one that stands out. And to anybody else, probably wouldn't stand out. But you home in on a set of cufflinks. Roll a history check.
Ooh. 19.
19. See a small emblem. Of a world in grid form, the entire globe. And on that globe, like a ring of Saturn, wrapped around it. You see that logo. That's WorldSat. I'll type it in chat. WorldSat, one of the mega corporations. Headquartered in Paris, of all places. large-scale satellite communications responsible for transmission of phone, military, computer, and commercial data.
Can I see what he's doing before it cut out? Where he was?
Actually, by the register. Roll another investigation check to pull up the receipt file.
$12.
Scan, and you scan. It's not there anymore. You can't find it, or it's buried. Worse yet, might be encrypted.
Close my eyes for a moment.
Cecil.
Cecil. What would Orlsat be doing at the C-store down below? Buying something with a ghost card that's encrypted.
Maybe they just wanted a Slim Jim, man. I don't know. Kind of. I don't know why WorldSat wants to be in the C-store downstairs. Maybe they were just passing through, man.
The does WorldSat have to do with anything that's going on in this sector? You deal in this shit more than I do.
I don't know why WorldSat wants to be here. We already have CityNet. Maybe they're looking at aggressive expansion into the combat zone. You know we're not that far away, Waz. Well, it may seem like we're in a paradise over here because Rex keeps things tidy around here, but you know the buildings right down the road, they don't live that way. The crack house right down the street. Just saying, this is not all rose petals over here, man.
Well, when you're charged with keeping the building safe, these are the things that are good to know. Now, they're gonna need to speak with Rex. We still have 2 Goombas outside.
But speaking with Rex tonight? Well, where he's at? Certainly not around here. You know he doesn't come through. Unless he's talking to Grant.
You're sitting at the table with Grant? Can you ask him the question?
Max. We'll find out if Rex is coming around anytime soon. But you know he doesn't like to talk about work when he's up here. I'm gonna need a reduction in rent. This is how our relationship's gonna be, Waz. I got enough fucking stress already.
If you can find me the data I need, I'll give you 15%.
Fucking cheap ass. 20.
18.
20. I'm done, and you have to get the out of my head.
Fine. 20.
Ah! Take my hand off the wire. Glove reappears.
You can feel the shit-eating grin over Cecil's face.
It's not fine. Do world sat. Fine. Wass is gonna stroll over to the cash register. Ask the clerk. How you doing?
How's it look like I'm doing?
Breathing. Existing.
Look over. Classic C-store clerk. 28 years old. Smells slightly of Lindbergher. Short sleeve company shirt. 1.5 sizes too short. Wee bit snug.
Clip-on name tag.
100% magnetic.
What does it say?
Dave.
It's perfect. Dave, I don't expect you to remember, but I'll certainly ask you. About an hour ago, there was a rather well put together gentleman crew cut who bought something right here. Do you happen to remember what he purchased?
No.
Kind of had that feeling. I don't remember anything from the last, say, 10 years of your life, do you?
Next, please.
Perfect. Have a great night, Dave. Truly,
Dave shakes his head.
Dave is not here.
As you turn back around, just classic tweaker. They're over at the postcard rack, and they've been picking up the same postcard and looking at it and trying to organize it. What looks like what was in alphabetical order is now begun to get color coded. A shirt and a hoodie that can only be described as burlap sack-like. Very, very leathery skin. Very leathery skin. Chinos, Adidas sandals, stringy blonde hair.
Waz is actually going to walk up to him and go, I love the pattern. Dave has asked if you could do that in the spectrum of the rainbow.
Spectrum. It actually grabs you with kind of a 3-fingered grip that's strong in the hand.
Kind of holds that arm up like he's just been touched by some infected being.
These were the colors. You turn around, it's very gummy. There's not a lot of teeth left in this scenario. These were the colors before the spectrum. Before the internet. At this point, Dave has waddled his way over in his blue gingham company shirt, gut protruding, Van Dyke brown pants with matching loafers, makes his way over with his bottle cap glasses, just shaking his head. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on. The spectrum. The cars are in the spectrum, man. Get the fuck out of here. You can tell it's probably not the first time this has happened.
Shake his head. As he's bouncing him out, he's going to peek around and see if that car is still sitting out there in front.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh, that's a nat 1. I've got no fucking clue.
Oh, God. As you look out to the front, your mind wanders from your task at hand. I want you to think of something nostalgic that you saw within the day. Something that would make your mind a little ADD and wander off.
Being in the camera system kind of rolled back a highlight of some of the shit that he was watching while just patrolling the building in the CCV system while he was in his room, seeing the clerk that was fucking with him use the second floor restroom and slip on the stairs halfway down and just ga.
I could see you're gonna be the collection of like fail videos.
It was his bullshit treatment that he got from Dave. Just realizing that was the guy he had seen use a restroom on the second floor and slide down the stairs when he's looking outside. Just completely distracts him as he starts to giggle.
By the time you're able to focus, you look over, you don't see government vehicle there anymore, or what you think may be a government vehicle. No sign of it. Traffic slowing down as the sun begins to set on Night City.
Safe for another day. See, past the building outside the C-store. Starts to make his way back into the actual living quarters. It's taking the stairs to check them out, heading back towards the roof just to see how drunk the tenants have gotten.
You make your way back up to the rooftop. At this point, music's gotten louder. Voices have grown stronger. That's not the track I was looking for. That's the track I'm looking for. At this point, the first thing you can see, Cecil's skinny ass tie is now wrapped around his head. Tied almost ninja style, wrapped around the side. As he's doing some incredibly rhythmic, shitty dance moves with a pile of airport bottles in front of him. Equally large pile in front of Grant. Smaller pile in front of Gina. At this point, she's got one of her small Pomeranians in her hand. As it's yipping. Doc Carver nowhere to be found. Time to shut the party down, guys. Fucking boss is here.
Please continue. I was just making sure that no one was close to falling off the roof. Although I see that you two have done a good job of outplaying Gina here of her alcohol.
I just come for the entertainment anyway. Come here, you stiff. Come on, sit down.
Huh? If I must, I must. Well, same thing with the chair. Folds his trench coat underneath it as he pulls it underneath him. So, Miss Gina, what's transpired here over the table so far?
Oh, same as you left. Boys just getting been hella drunk. Not gonna lie. I thought about it for a little bit. If I didn't have such a big day tomorrow, just got a little tipsy on. Look for that bottle of vodka that I had set on the table earlier. Goes, no, I just really want to stick to the Malibu for a little bit, and then it just wasn't hitting right. Oh, there's time for a refresher.
There it is. There it is.
You know it's coming like clockwork.
Uh-huh. You hit it too fast, you hit it too hard. It's gonna go away like that every time. Well, did you find what you're looking for? Yes, everything was fine downstairs in the store. I just wanted to check on Dave to make sure that he was okay after the fall he took this afternoon.
Who's Dave?
It's insignificant little peon who works down at the C-store below.
Oh, that's Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coke bottle glasses. Not very fit.
Dave's kind of an asshole.
No, he really is an asshole, and that kind of.
I'd probably be an asshole too if I worked with all those people downstairs. Hey, she's right, Fluffy.
And how is little Master Fluffy this evening?
Oh, Fluffy's good. He likes his fresh air. Like all Pomeranians, it looks cute. It looks like you want to touch it. But it also looks like it can snag a pinky finger off. It's all black little devil dog. The classic, oh, I want to pet that floof. But I also think that Pomeranian's literally going to eat my finger.
Completely resisting any need to touch the Pomeranian. Just keeps his hands folded in the center and looks at it like, if only you were real. Payday. Yes, I can tell he enjoys the air. That he misses you so much during the day when you're gone.
I'm so sorry. We've been working on the noise thing. It's like a jungle down there, I know.
It's fun. Everything they keep me aware of anything that might be happening on the second floor.
In the back of your head, you hear the pervert from across the table can't help but chime in. Too chicken shit to say anything in public. I'm just realizing that really Cecil might just be Al Bundy.
Do you have something to add, Cecil? Would you like to remove the tie from your forehead?
Loosen up, man. That's what I think. Look over, like borderline doing the Egyptian. And it's just him. No one else is taking. He's like the one retail employee that's drank too much at the bar on a Tuesday night. He's definitely solo in this endeavor.
That's all you. Feel free to let your freak flag fly.
Coming from the man in the silk shirt. At this point, you can tell he's gotten drunk enough now where he doesn't know when he's talking in his brain and when he's talking in public.
gonna look around at the other people at the table. Cecil, is there something you would like to address with our young Pomeranian friend here?
It just stops what he's doing. I don't understand the words that come out of your mouth sometimes, man. Just relax. Be fine. He takes the tie off of his head.
In an attempt to appear less stiff, Waz is going to take his hands and put them on the side of the plastic chair and then lean back in it. And you can see the chair just kind of bow a little bit.
Oh, it's real close to breaking. Real close. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's 10.
It bends to the point where it's about to snap, but you recorrect just in time. Like it's one of those amazing saves right before the back two legs of this thing just snap off. As it almost jettisons you a little bit into the table, knocking some of the airport bottles over.
Apologies, I was relaxing too much. I guess need to invest in some furniture up here if we're going to continue these games, right?
Oh
right,
yeah,
Grant?
that'd be real nice of you, boss. Get some of that real nice bistro furniture up here, brother. What do you think about that? Get this thing nice and squared out.
If I didn't worry about the crackheads on the street finding their way up here and stealing it, bistro would be
Ain't
nice.
nobody coming up here to steal no furniture, brother. Ain't happening.
Well, we'll take it under advisement then.
That's all you need. You can get yourself a little bike chain over here, brother. Just run it up. You're running around with those air conditioners.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. Yeah. Sure. I don't know what you said, but air conditioners, right?
At this point, it's like you're speaking a different language. They all look at each other. All right, baby. We'll meet next Wednesday. Come on back now. He peels what's left of his liquor, readjusts his flak jacket, and you can see just the sheer size of Grant as he packs his stuff up. His little floof loses his mind, as he does anytime someone moves. too quickly at the table. Yeah, it's getting late. I think I'm gonna turn into Cecil. Everybody always does this. They say they're gonna go hard. They're gonna go hard on a Wednesday. They never go hard on a Wednesday. And only guys going hard on Wednesdays. Fuck.
Miss Gina, have a wonderful night and good luck with your day tomorrow.
Thank you, Oz. I'll try to keep it down. Cecil just slumps down into his chair, looks over at you with eyes like you did this. It's your fault. And he slowly readjusts that tie back onto his head. Sideways. Red eyes still just looking back over your way.
What?
Find out what was so spooky.
Not yet, but it's something that I'm working on. The car is gone for as much as I've seen. It still makes me worry that if World Sat is in this area, what it might mean for us.
You know what? You know what was probably means your internet bills and your cable bills going up. Yeah. I imagine these people are all doomed. This is gonna take at least $10 to $15 more Tenant when World Sat gets done here. I bet people will be paying for channels they never thought they needed. World
You quite
Sat.
done?
Man, World Sat.
My sentiments exactly.
The least of your concerns was. And yeah, I talked to Grant. Rex ain't gonna be here until the weekend.
Disappointing.
Late Saturday, Sunday at best. Isn't that how you like it anyway? No, he drives a hard bargain.
Well, still, if you manage to pay your rent on time, minus the agreed upon 20%, you will have no issue with Rex for this month. Still, having World Sat in his territory may be a card that plays into our benefit.
How so?
You know, Rex likes to know everything that comes and goes. And a corporate takeover that he doesn't have a piece of would be of interest. Don't you think?
I'll be honest, Waz. I just don't care tonight. I just don't care. I don't care about Rex. I don't care about world sat. I don't give a shit about any of this, man. That's not gonna bring anybody back who I ran over tonight.
How many?
Cecil puts his head down. The fucking school zone, man. There's a lot. Pulls up and he looks back over at Waz, glassy eyes. It was a lot, man. It was a lot. Like running through a parking lot of speed bumps, man. Wasn't supposed to be that way.
I'm truly sorry. I know that level of wet work isn't something that you normally take on.
I don't.
What happened? What made it go south?
Shit just hit the fan, man. Bad intel, bad timing. Bad plan. It all went to shit, was.
You even know who you're running the job for?
You know I don't ask. Wouldn't matter anyway. Wouldn't matter anyway. Takes the tie off of his head, chucks it against one of the air conditioning units, running with a slow hum. It's not gonna change me going to work tomorrow, was. It's not gonna change me going to work on Friday either. When they call me on Saturday evening, it's not gonna change that either.
It's always another line of work you can find.
Yeah, you know what? When I take that other line of work, I can go live 3 blocks that way over in the shit zone. Not everybody's got real choices, was. Takes one of the airport bottles, chucks it off the roof, just as hard as he can throw it.
Feel better?
Yeah, I do. Done up here. Walks past you, goes over to the ladder. You can hear him slide down, but he obviously hits part of himself in a couple of rungs.
Ow. Damn, that hurts.
You can feel the bruise. Camera
You may
kind of
want to
pounds
ice
out.
that when you get inside.
No response back.
So he looks really not expecting any.
Alone. As those streets of neon light up. All around you. As another night sets in on the block. City kind of comes to a kind of roar that you're used to this close to the combat zone. It's just a bit more lively than you'd like it to be. But that's the city you live in. You soak it up. Take a couple long breaths of air. Anything else you'd like to do on the rooftop?
Get up from the janky chair. Walk over to the side of the building, overlooking the street once again, listening to the hubbub. Dig my fingers into the side of the building. You see the gloves disappear one more time. Eyes fog over. And he just starts to search for every bit of data that he can find free floating on the web. Spurious. Cameras that are open, unencrypted hiding holes, DMZs.
Where?
Sit there. Just everywhere. Probing the city while it hums. Neon lights flickering from the signs down below in his eyes, just pushing the fan out.
You end up down some shitty YouTube rabbit hole about the Yakuza for at least an hour straight before you kind of come to still up on top of that roof. Paper lanterns that are strewn above you, lit up, the sights and sounds of the city in full swing. You can hear some of the patrons at one of the bars down below on the first floor. Probably some hipster getting all messed up on overpriced drinks and a repurposed Spam Thai bun. Because I've paid for those several times.
Takes a deep breath. Night City, you are fucking electric. Turns around, goes down the ladder, back to his apartment.
It's like a matter of seconds between you closing your eyes and opening them back up. Just this ringing in your head. as you hear fire alarm after fire alarm ringing out in your building.
Instantly sitting up, touching my access point for the building cameras. Anything in the living quarters I have access to, all the CCTVs, to find out what I can see, if there's a fire, where there's a fire, what's going on, where the alarm is.
Need you to roll investigation check.
Nat 20. Thank you.
Nat 20?
Finally. Ones and 20s. Here we go. Need to go put this dice in the moon.
You see a scene of a fire truck out front. Several firemen. One of them ushering Gina with all of her pets in tow. Tenants of the building all leaving out the front. Scanning back and forth. You can see smoke billowing out of several of the rooms. So much so it's hard to tell what's even causing it. With that nat 20, I'm gonna let you surpass the next level of investigating your own building. Not a single one of your heat sensors are going off. You look, you rewind the tape. You can see these same firemen planting devices in multiple rooms. Smoke billowing out as your building is being cleared floor by floor. And as you look at one last piece of footage that you have with that nat 20, you look and you can see a tucked sidearm underneath these very well disguised firemen. And that's where we will end this week. And pick up at the start of next week.
Wow. Wow. Oh shit. It is such an interesting dynamic playing a character that isn't 100% cocksure about his shit.
It's gonna take you a while to get into it.
It's weird to get into that headspace of like he's confident but he's not effective and he's not good with people. Yet now he's in charge of managing a building. Poor bastard. All he wanted to do was fucking run security, bounce tweakers out on their ass, and, you know, break fucking, you know, kitty code hackers that were trying to get into the building.
Hey, you'll have plenty of time for character growth, my friend. Plenty of time. I love it. Thank you guys for waiting for us for so long to get a little bit of story together for you guys tonight. We'll have even more here next week. And yeah, I'm gonna be playing Magic with One Up here for the next 4 hours. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to talk to radio for about 5 minutes here post show, and then I'll be back hanging out with my dude. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for sending us all the love. And remember, even in Cyberpunk, wash your damn hands. Love you guys. I'll be right back.